One of my listeners asked me about the plural forms and the plural for adjectives and feelings. So, this episode is about adjectives and feelings and the plural. Honestly, plural is the hardest thing to learn in Arabic, even for native speakers. And what I usually recommend is learning plural as vocabularies. However, it is pretty easy or consistent for some groups. For example, if we are doing feelings, it's pretty consistent for like 98% of the words. So what you need to do basically is adding in to the end of the feeling. So for example, mabsut, happy, the plural form is mabsutin. So I'm adding in the ya and noon, in, mabsutin. And it's going to be the same for most of the feelings, is not all of them. And also, since we are here, we can go over the feminine. We add the ha marbuta as usual. So mabsut, mabsuta, mabsutin. So I can give you a couple of more examples. Zalan, sad. Zalane, zalanin. Taban, tired. Tabanin. Juan, hungry. Juanin. Atshan, thirsty. Atshanin. Shaban, full, like when eating. Shabanin is a plural. Okay, so these are a few. Now, good, the word good, mnih, in Levantine Arabic, we usually use mnih. There's a kwayas, but kwayas is more Egyptian. The word mnih, the plural for it is mnah. So that is a slightly different. But everything else, you can just add the in, and that's a plural form. Now, these are feelings. For adjectives, the plural form is going to be mostly like, for example, the word kbir means big or old. The plural is kbar. So basically, think of the letter ya in the word kbir. The word kbir is ka, ba, ya, ra, right? So instead of the ya, we are replacing the ya with alif. So kbir, kbar, big. صغير, small or young. صغار. طويل, long or tall. The plural is طوال. So if you notice, I'm replacing the ya with alif. Okay, كتير, a lot or very or more. كتار. تقيل, heavy. تقال. خفيف, خفاف. خفيف means light. بعيد, far. bad. Close, قريب. راب. So these are some adjectives. So you see, this is pretty consistent. Instead of the ya, we replace the ya with alif, and now we make it plural. Now, if you want to use these as a past tense, I always get a question from my students: do we change these feelings or adjectives? My response is always no. The only thing you do for them is masculine, feminine, plural. These are the only thing you do for them. These are not verbs. So, for example, if I want to do it as past tense, I will add the verb can. Maybe you have heard the verb can before if you have learned some Arabic, but if you have not, so can is something you actually have to learn. It's a pretty, like, it does have a lot of things to learn about the verb can, and it is pretty important. So if I want to say was hungry, I would say كنت جوعانة. كنت زعلانة. Present tense, I won't do anything. I will just say the word, like مبسوطين, زعلانين. That's it. So when we do it past tense, we are adding the verb can. And if you have learned verbs, you're going to do the correct form for the verb. It depends on the pronoun we are doing. Now, if you have got some introduction about verbs, I have got my verbs workbook. It's pretty good. It focuses on past and present. You have to fill in the blank or choose the correct form, and there's a story with 10 questions. It's pretty good. Verbs are really important in Arabic. Another question I get from my students, they ask, do we really need to learn the different forms of verbs? And yes, you definitely, like when we speak as native speakers, yes, we do use the forms, and it is important. It's not something you can skip or ignore because it will change the whole meaning. It's like a major things in Arabic to use the correct form of the verb. Otherwise, we don't know what you're talking about. So, yes, it's not just something to learn. It is also like for native speakers, we do use it and it is important. So, also make sure you check out in Aralola Etsy my verbs workbook. And I do have a vocabularies workbook for all these basics like adjectives, feelings, colors, weekdays, numbers, all of it. They're all on sale and they're really, really helpful. So make sure to check them out. I hope my episode was helpful. If you want to see me live, make sure you follow me on TikTok, and I started Instagram, so follow me there. And thank you so much. And leave me a comment if you like my episodes or you have any questions. Thank you.